Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Happier Hour. Today we have with us Rahela Tayebi. She is a mom of two boys. She has an Instagram page named Imperfect Busy Mom, and she actually tells all of us how to gentle parent because it's an in thing, but none of us we really know about it. So yeah, she really helps us to decode gentle parenting. So welcome to the show, Rahela.
Thank you, Sadam.
So राहिला, आप अपनी जर्नी के बारे में कुछ बताएंगे? हाउ यू स्टार्टेड?
Okay, so I started my page I think 5 years back when my little one was almost 5 months. So I used to go to a pregnancy class, like with my second one when I was pregnant. I used to go for a pregnancy class. वहाँ पर everybody was having their first baby, so they used to ask me, Didi, tell me about breastfeeding. How did you potty train? So I used to give them all the gyan all the time. And when they all had their babies, I used to check up on them. कि is your breastfeeding established? Were you able to potty train? सब सही चल रहा है? क्या चल रहा है? Then they started pushing me कि why don't you start writing about it? And then I started my page Imperfect Busy Mom one day while breastfeeding my little one. कि okay, let me just start this. And I started writing every day one post, either on breastfeeding, either on cloth diapering or elimination communication. तब तक मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि gentle parenting कुछ होता है. I had no idea about it. I just knew somewhere inside कि as an older child, like मैं बड़ी थी मेरे भाई से, मुझे पता था कि something was not right what happened to me. Like, you know, always getting blamed for my little brother's this happenings or always being the attention वाला चीज़ कि attention लेने के लिए गुस्सा ही करना पड़ेगा. I knew something was not right. Then I started learning about gentle parenting. I remember some of the parenting coaches, they were writing about self-care at that time. It's like किसके पास time है ये करने का? Who are these people? And then I started realizing कि what was missing. And then I started learning more about it. And whatever I learned, छोटा मोटा भी, initially जितना समझ में आ रहा था, I started learning कि triggers क्या है, emotions क्या है, छोटी छोटी चीज़ें started learning and I started writing about them on my page. And I think easier things are more difficult to understand for parents. Correct. Because we want to see bigger picture. कि हमें सबको gentle parent बनना है, लेकिन कैसे बनना है ये कोई बता ही नहीं रहा है. Everybody thinks gentle parenting is कि बच्चों को किसी चीज़ के लिए मना मत करो. Correct. लेकिन वो नहीं है. It is gentle parenting is parenting with boundaries. So boundaries people don't know how to set with their kids. They feel कि अगर हम इतने rules set up करेंगे तो बच्चे हमारी सुनेंगे ही, मतलब rebel करेंगे या उनको लगेगा कि हम तो बहुत restrictions लगा रहे हैं. So and I have always been raised with someone that all my parents always had a lot of boundaries and rules. So I knew कि थोड़ी चीज़ें तो बच्चों को ज़रूरत है. ऐसा नहीं कि बच्चे ने बोला टीवी दे दो तो पूरा दिन टीवी देख रहा है तो हम जेंटल पेरेंट हो गए. सो यू नो देयर वर ऑलवेज रूल्स दैट आई वांटेड टू फॉलो फॉर माय किड्स. So I started doing gentle parenting with boundaries and I started writing about it on my page. And I think that picked up with a lot of parents because they were struggling with that. I was sharing my own personal experiences, what I was facing with my boys. And I think that made a lot of difference.
Very interesting because you correctly said the way we were parent was very very different. Yes. I mean काफ़ी strict और fixed था in a way कि बच्चों के साथ ऐसे ही behave करना है, शैतानी करते हैं तो डांटना है, काफ़ी मतलब mom dad जो कहेंगे वही सुनना है. But now things are changing and we when we have grown up we also realized that was not the perfect way in which we grew up the way they have parented. So I mean आपके experience में जो आपने 5 years में experience किया उसमें आपने क्या क्या difference देखा in terms of the way we were parented and अभी की जो generation हम लोग parent कर रहे हैं अपने बच्चों को, कहाँ पे you have seen that parents say कि अच्छा हाँ ये तो सही नहीं हुआ, maybe we should try something else.
Yeah, I think earlier it was more about control. कि बच्चों को कैसे कंट्रोल में रखा जाए कि वो बिगड़ ना जाए या बच्चों पे कैसे रूल सेटअप करके रखें. प्लस वी वर लिटिल स्कैर्ड आल्सो ऑफ द कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस विच यूज्ड टू फॉलो. अर्लियर हिटिंग वाज अ वेरी ओकेश टूल कि पेरेंट्स हिटिंग देयर किड्स इज ओके, कि डिसिप्लिन करने के लिए बच्चों को थोड़ा बहुत डांटना पड़ता है, मारना पड़ता है. लाइक राइट नाउ वी हैव अंडरस्टूड कि ठीक है मारना नहीं है, चिल्लाना नहीं है, लेकिन वी आर ऑल्सो लॉस्ट समवेयर कि फिर करें कैसे ये चीज़. So there is a difference. We are going, I feel that our generation is trying to go, not to repeat the patterns that have happened to them, because somewhere they know कि कुछ गलत हुआ है, लेकिन understanding कि कैसे सही करना है is carving the path. And I feel it is a journey. When you start understanding कि कुछ गलत हुआ था, when you start accepting that, because if you talk to a lot of parents, they will say कि अरे मेरे मम्मी पापा मारते थे मुझे, लेकिन बहुत प्यार भी इतना ही करते थे.
Correct.
So you know, we always have normalized it, but it was not okay. Like if as a parent you are not able to control your anger, it is not your child's fault. It is your own shortcoming that you are not able to understand your own anger and manage it. So the best thing that has happened is in brain science they have done so much research in the last 50-60 years. They have done so much studying about gentle parenting, about responsive parenting, that now we have proper research results showing कि अगर आप इस तरह से पेरेंट करोगे तो बच्चे पे क्या फ़र्क आएगा. So that is a difference. Our parents only knew not from research but only from the older generations जो बोल रहे थे कि बच्चों को compliant बनाना है.
Correct.
But now we have research showing that how important it is that our kids feel connected to us more. They have their own choices, they have their own autonomy कि मुझे क्या करना है चीज़ों का.
So एक चीज़ जो पेरेंट्स कंफ्यूज्ड हैं, ठीक है, वो एक चीज़ ये भी है कि जैसे हमारे पेरेंट्स कभी कभार दे यूज्ड टू हिट अस या चिल्लाते थे हमारे ऊपर ताकि वी डू सर्टन थिंग्स, राइट. अगर हम वो नहीं करेंगे बच्चों के साथ तो ऐसा नहीं कि बच्चे ढीठ बन जाएंगे, उनको जो करना है वो करेंगे. दे विल स्टॉप लिसनिंग टू अस, दे विल स्टॉप सीइंग अस एज अथॉरिटी.
Don't you think the reverse is true? कि मतलब बचपन में हमें नहीं सुना कभी कि इसको तो जितना भी मार लो सुनता ही नहीं है, ये तो हमारी कोई बात सुनता ही नहीं है. देखो जब बच्चा छोटा है 2 साल का 3 साल का तब तक आप उसको डरा धमका के सब चीज़ें करवा लोगे, लेकिन when the child is 12, 13, now you cannot hit a 12-year-old to make them do things. मार खा के बोलेगा हाँ मेरे को तो जो करना है वही करूँगा. So what is the bigger goal here? That do you want compliance from a 2-year-old or you want your 13-year-old to understand why we are telling them to do a certain thing? दोनों के बीच में difference है. Like I know a lot of teenagers, like when we were teenagers, and think कि बहुत सी बार ऐसा होता था कि girls used to not go to their parents if they did something wrong, in the fear कि might be they will never send me to college or they will stop my schooling. Because they were so afraid of their own parents. They were okay to take consequences of the world which were very very harsh, but not go to their own parents which should have been their safe space. And that roots from their own childhood. Like 2-3 years में भी गलती करते थे तो इतनी डांट पड़ती थी, अभी तो 13-14 में इतनी बड़ी गलती कर दी है तो कैसे जा सकते हैं पेरेंट्स के पास. सो वी हैव टू थिंक कि हमारा एंड गोल क्या है, कि 2 साल का बच्चा हमारी बात सुने कि 12-13 साल का बच्चा जब अनसेफ फील करे वो हमारे पास आए. When we start seeing our children in that way, our parenting also starts shifting.
हाँ, क्योंकि when I became a parent, I think मेरे साथ तो वैसा हुआ कि I didn't know anything else. And जो आप भी जैसे बोल रहे हैं कि ठीक है हमें जेंटल पेरेंट तो बनना है बट कैसे बनना है पता ही नहीं है. एंड इट्स नॉट रियली अबाउट बीइंग सबमिसिव पेरेंट, बिकॉज जब हम इंटरनेट पे करें तो दिस सो मच ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल एक्चुअली, एंड काइंड ऑफ इट बिकम्स कन्फ्यूजिंग आफ्टर अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम कि कौन सा जेंटल है कौन सा जेंटल नहीं है, करना क्या है हमें बच्चे के साथ. सो आई मीन व्हाट in your experience, because you guide parents as well, what in your experience is actually gentle parenting and what is submissive parenting?
See, gentle parenting का जो सिस्टम है वो आपका अलग हो सकता है, मेरा अलग हो सकता है. Everybody will parent in a different way.
Okay.
It will not be same कि कोई गाइड बुक नहीं है कि वो उसको फॉलो कर लिया तो वैसा वैसा हम कर सकते हैं. You might believe in different things, I believe in different things, but we have to reflect on that कि मुझे क्या लगता है सही क्या है. जब आपको आपके खुद के चाइल्डहुड से दिखेगा कि यार जो मुझे मारते थे ना मुझे बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगता था, that used to put a lot of shame on me. I don't want to do that with my child. Only then you will be able to stop hitting your child. Not because somebody is saying कि मारना तो है ही नहीं, फिर करना क्या है? तो it is not a fixed path, I would say, कि आपको इस पे चलोगे तो सही से ही हो जाएगा. But it is like learn from your own experiences. Think more about what happened to you and why you think it was wrong, and how you can correct it, and how you can allow your child to do that without hitting, without shouting. What are the ways? And then there are tools that you can use, like offering choices to your child, making them feel belonged, setting boundaries for things you believe in कि are needed for children. So it will depend, like for you it might be that I will allow my child 1 hour screen time every day. मुझे कोई problem नहीं है उससे. I might be somebody who is saying कि I don't want to give any screen time to my child. So it doesn't mean that you are wrong and I am right. We just both have different beliefs, we both have different circumstances. So everybody will have a different circumstance. So that is what we do in our sessions, in our workshops, that we make them reflect कि आपके circumstances कैसे हैं, उसके हिसाब से how you can be a better parent. It is about choosing the path that works for you. It might not, my path will not work for you. So understanding that also is very important, especially in social media, because a lot of people feel very overwhelmed with social media also now. कि उनके बच्चे तो कभी टैंट्रम्स ही नहीं थ्रो करते हैं.
Correct.
उनके बच्चे तो कभी लड़ाई नहीं कर रहे हैं, उनके बच्चे सारी क्लासेस अच्छे से कर लेते हैं. सो आई नो बिकॉज ऑफ कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स शोइंग अ रोजी साइड ऑफ द पिक्चर, दिस हैज़ बिकम अ नॉर्म. But you have to understand that their circumstances are completely different. You don't know what one is showing on internet is right or wrong. So we have to accept that कि हमारा जो circumstance है उसके हिसाब से how we can, what best we can do.
You know, आपने कहा जैसे अपने circumstances के हिसाब से ये decide, तो how can someone do that? क्योंकि ठीक है, मुझे नहीं अच्छा लगता था कि मुझे डांटा जाता था बचपन में या मारा जाता था. And I don't want that to do with my kid, but मुझे और कुछ आता भी नहीं है, right? That is what I have seen when I grew up. I saw कि मतलब जब मेरे को बेबी हुआ तो मेरे को realize हुआ कि अगर वो कुछ चीज़ फेंक रहा है या कुछ गलत कर रहा है, that's the only instant reaction that I get in a way, right? I don't know any other way कि क्या करना चाहिए. तो ऐसे आप मतलब अगर ऐसी situation है, so what exactly do you tell the parent? What should they do?
They should get curious. What
Okay.
is this behavior of my child telling me? Like why is my child throwing something? क्यों कर रहा है? बहुत से बच्चे they like to break cars
Correct.
because they want to experiment and see कि अंदर क्या है. They are not interested in the outer thing. Some kids will want to build something all the time. Some kids, and kids love to practice. उनके जो neurons हैं वो उसी तरह से जो उनके synapses बनते हैं वैसे ही बनते हैं. They keep on practicing one thing again and again and again and again and again जब तक perfection नहीं आ जाता है. You know, like if your child is learning to cut something, वो सारा दिन cutting ही करता रहेगा and parents get irritated. He's not doing something else.
Correct.
So you get curious of why your child is doing this behavior. Your child is doing this behavior to perfect a skill. Hitting, throwing things is also perfecting a skill in children. Why is your child throwing things? Sometimes he gets attention from it. और हो सकता है आपको इतनी देर से वो बुला रहा था तब आपने नहीं सुना, जैसे ही कोई चीज़ तोड़ी फटाक से मम्मा ने देख लिया, अगली बार भी यही स्ट्रैटेजी अप्लाई करके देखता हूँ. When the child is eating food, they don't want to eat it, they're saying no, no, no. As soon as they throw the food, मम्मा का रिएक्शन एकदम से आता है and they take away the plate. तो यही खाना फेंकना पड़ेगा हमेशा अगर प्लेट उठवानी है. So you know, child is learning from the behavior that we are portraying to them. So instead of blaming the child, कि why is my child behaving this way? See, no child is a bad child. They're just experimenting. They're learning their way through this world. The world is for adults. Children are living in an adult world. They are trying to see, navigate करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पर. So when we get curious of their behavior, why is your child throwing the food? Why is the child throwing things? And then you see कि he might be in a trajectory schema. अभी हो सकता है उसको सब चीज़ थ्रो ही करने का मन कर रहा है. Body is telling him कि you have to perfect throwing right now. So what you can do as a parent, you can offer choices like we throw a ball. Come on, let's set up a basket. You can throw balls here. Let him practice जितना ज़्यादा throwing हो सके. So as a parent, when we get curious of our children's behavior, instead of seeing them as a bad child, then we are able to help them.
So basically you're saying कि we as parent we need to step back maybe
Yes.
and start observing कि
Yes.
बच्चा क्या कर रहा है और क्यों कर रहा है, instead of we reacting to them कि अगर इसने फेंकी हैं चीज़ें तोड़ रहा है तो सीधा एक झापड़ या डांटना है, वैसा नहीं है. It's actually about us that we need to step back a little and start observing.
So this happened like a few days back on one of our workshops. A parent came to us. She said that my child wants to lick everything. घर में कोई भी चीज़ होती है, he'll go and lick it. So I was like, I think he needs a lot of sensory. देखो बच्चों के लिए everything is senses. All the senses are working for them. So might be the child wants to taste different things and see. So it was like, yeah, might be. So I was like, what can you do? So she said, I can make popsicles, I think, for him, different flavors ke, and I can keep. I think, yeah, let's try that. And then she gave him that sensory thing. She made different type of fruit popsicles, and the child stopped licking everything else in the house. उसका सिर्फ वो एक urge था बार बार. The body is telling the child that this is something that you have not explored enough. ये करो. And the child was doing that, but he didn't know कहाँ पे safely करना है. That is when parents step in. We guide them to safety. Like your child wanting to throw something, you tell your child what is allowed to throw, where they can throw. Not just saying कि नहीं करना है बिल्कुल भी ये चीज़.
Interesting. And you know, going back to gentle parenting and submissive parenting, so you know, again on internet during COVID times, I had read, I've subscribed to a gentle parenting page, और वहाँ पे ना एक mother ने लिखा था कि मतलब I gentle parent, I allow everything, you know, I listen to my child, but I think मेरी mental health is getting impacted because of that, and वो इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि मेरा बच्चा मुझे ही नहीं समझ पा रहा है. वो जो करना चाहता है वो वही कर रहा है, and he's expecting कि I should listen to him all the time. And you know, she was on the verge of crying. She's like, I don't know क्या करूँ. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि I should take a drastic step because I can't take it further. I can't listen to the child all the time, and the child just doesn't understand me. So I think that hit hard with me. And in such a situation, what would be your suggestion?
See, our kids don't decide everything in our lives. When parents give all the reign to kids, then we have to understand that kids don't have a developed brain. They cannot take all these decisions. Like a parent saying कि मेरा बच्चा कुछ खाता ही नहीं है. Whatever I am serving, he is not eating, so I have to force feed the child. But what is your job as a parent to offer? Or the parent is like, my child told me कि पास्ता बना के दो, मैं पास्ता बना के दिया. मैं लेकर गई, उसने बोला कि नहीं मेरे को ये नहीं खाना, सैंडविच बना के दो. मैं फिर सैंडविच बना के गई, उसने वो भी मना कर दिया. मैं कितनी बात सुनूं उसकी? मतलब आपका ये जॉब ही नहीं है. Your job is to serve whatever is made in the house. The child will decide कितना खाना है, कितना नहीं खाना है. So our roles should be defined. Not everything will be according to the child. Like if my child wants to paint the house today, I will not allow and say, हाँ I am a very gentle parent. तुम्हें जहाँ scribble करना है कर लो. There has to be boundaries. कि बच्चा, I can't allow you to scribble around the house. You can scribble on this paper how much ever you want. I can set up a corner for you. We can clean it later. Like literally, I used to put my kids in the washroom, paints देकर कि तुम्हें इसकी दीवारों पे जितना पेंट करना है करो, because I knew tiles I can easily wash it off. So if the child wants to do something, you become again curious of how you can help the child do that in your boundaries. It is not saying yes to everything. And see the mental effect of all this that you said, that the parents said कि मेरा mental वो effect हो रहा है इससे, mental peace, वो इसलिए होता है क्योंकि हमारे बच्चों से ज़्यादा हमें और कोई ट्रिगर नहीं करेगा. क्योंकि हम हमारा एक खुद का एक रिफ्लेक्शन भी देख रहे हैं उनके अंदर. So whatever your child, and as your child grows up, it becomes even more. Like your 12-year doing something will trigger you more than your 2-year-old doing. क्योंकि आपको उतना मेमोरी नहीं है उस टाइम का. लेकिन your 12-year-old doing something which you were never allowed to do, like taking a trip with friends, forbidden. अभी आपका बच्चा बोलेगा it will trigger you a lot क्योंकि आपको तो कभी allow ही नहीं किया.
Correct.
So you know things will trigger you more as your kids grow up. But I think having a conversation with your kids about these things, like whenever you feel, हम लोग जनरली बच्चों को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए बोलते हैं मैं तुम्हें तुम्हारी सेफ्टी के लिए तुम्हें ये नहीं करने दे रही हूँ. लेकिन
Correct.
it is not about their safety, it is about because you are not comfortable doing it. So I have started doing that. I tell them that, but I want to send you, but I am not comfortable here. I will feel very uncomfortable. I trust you that you will be able to navigate over there, but this is something that makes me uncomfortable. How can we change that? Can I come with you and sit in a corner so that I know that you are safe? So you know, taking it on you, not blaming the child कि यार I cannot trust everyone outside. मैं तुम पे कैसे trust करूँ कि तुम सही जगह जा रहे हो? So that is showing the child that we don't trust them. But instead it is our own thing कि हमें खुद uncomfortable लग रहा है, which we are not ready to accept because see, Sinam, nobody likes shame.
Correct.
We also are protecting ourselves from our kids, thinking कि अरे बच्चे सोचेंगे कि मम्मा तो कभी भी comfortable ही नहीं होती है किसी
Correct.
चीज़ में.
Correct.
So you know, we have to accept that कि हमें जो feel हो रहा है, we just put that out for our kids.
काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात कही आपने, being vulnerable with the kids in a way.
Yeah.
So I mean, in your experience, how have you seen that working out?
So it has worked out a lot of times for me with my boys. Like you know, they want to go cycling in my society, and my society is not a gated society in Indore. It's like a big colony वैसा है. So I keep on telling them that I feel very uneasy, beta, when you go out cycling because your little brother is also with you. What if somebody falls down, and how will you navigate through it? And then they were like, can we come after each round and just do the doorbell? I was like, yeah, let's do that. And if you don't come in the next 10 minutes, एक round लगाने में 10 minutes लगता है, then I will take my bike and search for you guys. And they are okay with it. So you know, when I told them कि यार मुझे ये चीज़ comfortable नहीं लग रही है, ऐसा नहीं है कि I don't trust you with cycling, but I don't trust other people around कि वहाँ पर जो है. So I just want you to be safe in these things. So whenever we are admitting to our kids कि ठीक है, so this is I read this in the book called The Book You Wish Your Parents Had Read. So in that she says कि my daughter wanted to go for a birthday party at a pub. She was almost 15, 16, but the mother was not comfortable sending a 16-year-old to a pub. So she told her, I know I trust you that you will not be drinking or doing any other things, but I don't trust the people there. So what I'll do is I'll sit in a very far off corner where you'll not be able to see me, your friends will not be able to see me, so you don't feel that mama is invading my privacy, but I will be there in case you need me. Other things are like when my kids go for a birthday party and they don't feel comfortable. Sometimes something happens कि बच्चों ने एक दूसरे को tease किया, bullying हुआ. Sometimes the child is not feeling like it. So I just tell him कि whenever you feel like that, you just give me a call. I will come for you. No questions asked. I will just come in that moment and pick you up and take you home. Because sometimes kids are not able to express to us also in that moment. They might tell you later about it. But in that moment, they just want you to be there for them. कि बस mama is there for me, I am confident enough to do this thing. So I think our kids need that safety from us. कि whenever I need someone, my parents will stand up for me, no questions asked.
एंड यू नो, आप जब ये बोल रहे हैं तो अगेन बिकॉज इंटरनेट पे इतना कुछ है पेरेंटिंग के बारे में, द अदर एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट इज़ ऑल्सो हेलीकॉप्टर पेरेंटिंग, राइट? क्योंकि जब आप वो वाला एक्सप्लेन कर रहे थे जिसमें यू नो द 15-year-old गर्ल शी वांट्स टू गो ऑन अ बर्थडे पार्टी इन द पब एंड द मॉम वांट्स टू सिट ऑन एट अ कॉर्नर. I mean, I don't know whether that's helicopter parenting or not, but इंटरनेट पे ये फ्रेजेस आते रहते हैं, राइट? कि हेलीकॉप्टर पेरेंटिंग.
Helicopter parenting is, I feel, you're helping your child with everything. Like आप बच्चे को कभी कुछ गलती करने ही नहीं दे रहे हो, लेकिन you're going to a pub which is very vulnerable for a 15-year-old to make mistakes. It is very easy for a 15-year-old to make a mistake at a pub. So when you know that, then you cannot allow that in some ways. But you don't want your child to miss out on it also. Because you want to have them their experiences also, positive experiences भी हैं birthday parties के. So I feel helicopter parenting is like never letting the child fall down, always supporting the child in everything. बच्चा wants to do activity, you are like लाओ मैं cutting कर देती हूँ, मैं पूरा setup करके दे देती हूँ. Everything is according to the child in helicopter parenting is what I have seen parents doing it. Like they want to help the child in everything and they don't want the child to try anything on their own.
And where does helicopter parenting comes from? Why do parents go for it?
I think most parents who go for it are parents who have not had enough support from their own parents as a child, and they feel कि मुझे ये support मिलता तो मैं और अच्छा कर सकता था, या फिर sometimes it's see, everything that we will parent is from our own experiences, like I said. So whatever you have not got, you want to give more of it to your child. But sometimes people become very anxious in helicopter parenting. It is also attached to anxious attachment style. Like, you know, they're always very anxious कि हर चीज़ मेरे बच्चे को perfectly मिले. Plus, money has also become easily available now. Like what our parents used to spend on us, plus what we are spending on our kids.
True.
You know, so we make more money. We are spending more on our kids now. So the ease that has come with this generation. So we don't want our kids to miss out on anything. हमें लगता है सारे experiences देने हैं world के, उनको अभी ही दे सकते हैं.
Correct.
You know, and if we don't give them to them, वो कहीं ना कहीं miss out नहीं कर जाए life में. But that's not true. You know, we can't give every experience to our child. And it might be कि उन्होंने इतना experience सब जो अभी है, they might not be able to absorb it also at times. Like child going to 6-7 activity classes, सब try करवा रहे हैं बच्चों को. The child doesn't have any stability कि मैं क्या एक चीज़ में focus करके वो कर सकता हूँ. So I think as a generation we need to take a step back, see कि what we truly want, because we cannot have everything.
True. You know, I mean, from our discussion, what I understand is that काफ़ी अलग अलग तरीके हैं पेरेंट करने के, बट अगर मुझे एक्चुअली जानना है, अगर आप मुझे बताना चाहें कि अच्छा ये तरीका ठीक है नहीं है, क्योंकि अगेन टू मच ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल. हेलीकॉप्टर पेरेंटिंग भी गलत है, बट सबमिसिव पेरेंटिंग भी गलत है, बट ये भी गलत है, वो भी गलत है. तो सही क्या है एग्जैक्टली? हाउ शुड आई लुक एट पेरेंटिंग? मेरा फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या होना चाहिए एज अ पेरेंट? मैं क्या देखना चाहिए मुझे कि अच्छा ये this is maybe the way of going about it?
I think you should look for connection with your child. That should be your primary focus. Connect with your child. Second should be safety of your child. ये दो चीज़ें जो हैं, that is not a want of a child but a need of your child. You know, only parents can provide that safety to their kids, and only parents can provide that connection to their kids. अगर हम सिर्फ ये दो चीज़ें कर रहे हैं, then we are forming a secure bond with our children. So हमारा main focus is to form a secure attachment with our children, that whenever they are feeling unsafe, they want to connect back with us. They want to come back to us. That is our main goal. And how will our kids feel कि I should go to my parents is when they will feel safe with us through situations which happen at home. Every day का जो situations होता है, when your child is feeling कि okay, I can go to mama and talk about this. So then when bigger things will happen, they know that they can come back to you. So that is the main focus. Like हमें लगता है कि हमारे बच्चों के wants क्या, needs क्या है, खाना दे दो, अच्छी जगह होनी चाहिए रहने के लिए, स्कूल अच्छा होना चाहिए, कपड़े अच्छे होने चाहिए, ये सब हैं, एक तरह से वांट है, रोटी कपड़ा मकान जो हम बोलते हैं. लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि उनकी ज़्यादा बड़ी नीड है आज सेफ्टी, कि दे शुड फील सेफ इनफ कि जो भी मैं फील कर रहा हूँ, एंड आई एम नॉट बीइंग मेड टू फील कि आई हैव डन समथिंग रॉन्ग ऑल द टाइम. Like if you are correcting your child constantly for every single thing, then they will not want to come to you. And parents correct their kids for smaller things, like suppose your child has written a page of letter A. ठीक है, I give this example a lot in my workshops also. Like suppose your child had to write a page, letter A 20 बार लिखना है. आप देखोगे कि आप है ना 4 बार जो उसने गलत लिखा है ना, आप उसी को पॉइंट करोगे. अरे बेटा देखो ये वाला लाइन के बाहर निकल गया, देखो इसमें तो आपने इतना लंबा डंडी खींच दिया है. Instead if you start looking at the 16 that he did right, how much difference it will make for the child. Yeah, look at this 8. हो सकता है कि 16 मतलब 20 में से उसने एक ही ऐसा ही लिखा हो, लेकिन अगर आपने उसी पे फोकस कर लिया कि यार कितना अच्छा लिखा है, बहुत स्लो हैंड चला रहे थे ना तुम इसमें, तो द चाइल्ड विल फील वेरी मोटिवेटेड टू डू मोर ऑफ इट. बट इफ यू आर करेक्टिंग एवरीथिंग द चाइल्ड इज लाइक अरे आपको तो हमेशा मेरा सब गलत ही लगता है. द चाइल्ड फील्स कि अरे इनके पास जाऊंगा ना ये करेक्ट ही करेंगे मुझे. So that is a difference. I feel we need to create that safety for our kids.
And I think I can relate to what you explained, because in one of the recent thing with my kid, it's like he goes for basketball classes, and there was one competition, and he participated in that. And उससे पहले मतलब मुझे पता नहीं था कि how well he perform or he doesn't perform, because usually I'm in office when he goes for the classes. So उसमें ना he apparently got a gold medal, and since then you should see him. It's like basketball is the best thing. I know, na mama, that I really like basketball. I'm like, really? I mean, before that I never saw you playing basketball, but now he's like really interested in doing that. And maybe I can connect with you on the same thing, that once they start getting that appreciation in a way, कि हम अच्छा कर रहे हैं इसमें, आई थिंक दे बिकम मोर इंटरेस्टेड, दे एक्चुअली फील कि हाँ हम अच्छे हैं इस चीज़ में.
Exactly. See, the child's main need, again, safety के लिए main need क्या है? To feel seen, to feel heard. कि कोई हमें देख रहा है. Like if you go to a park with your child, ठीक है, you take your phone in your hand. आप पूरा टाइम phone पे हो, ठीक है, and next day you don't take your phone. You will see your child will turn every 5 to 10 minutes to look at you कि मम्मा देख रही है कि नहीं, मैंने ये वाला रोप किया, मम्मा चेक कर रही है कि नहीं. The child just wants to feel seen by us. So my kids play badminton, and I usually used to take my phone with me क्योंकि मुझे लगता था 2 घंटे हैं, I can complete my work. One day my phone switched off. ठीक है, and I just saw that every 5 minutes that he was playing a shot, he was looking at me to see कि मम्मा देख रही है कि नहीं मैंने इतना अच्छा शॉट खेला है. And that's when I realized कि यार I was missing out on this. Like he might be looking at me हर शॉट खेलने के बाद, मैं तो मेरे फ़ोन में बिजी थी. So kids want to feel seen, and that day he played better because he could see कि मम्मा is constantly looking at me. So he wanted to perform better also. He wanted to tell me about all his shots. कि जो घर आने के बाद कि मम्मा मैंने ऐसा खेला था, आपने वो वाला देखा, मैं ऐसे नीचे गिर के गया था. तो they want to feel seen, they want us to see them more, hear their stories more. And these small stories in adulthood or in teenage will become stories that we want them to share with us, but they will not come to us with them. Because we have never allowed these stupid stories to be heard.
True. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर हम हर चीज़ में उनको अप्रिशिएट करेंगे, वाह वाह, मतलब यू परफॉर्म्ड वेल, व्हेन वी नो कि दे कैन एक्चुअली डू मच बेटर. एंड मतलब आसपास वाले बच्चे ज़्यादा बेटर कर रहे हैं, अगर हम उनको बोलेंगे ही नहीं तो हाउ वुड दे इम्प्रूव?
See, there is a difference here. We don't need to appreciate everything for our kids. We just need to appreciate the process that they have done. Like मैंने जो आपको A का example दिया, I told you that आप उसको A को appreciate नहीं कर रहे हो. You are appreciating how he did it. Oh, your hands were so slow while working on it. So when you are appreciating the process, the child wants to repeat that process for success again and again. But like we are like बच्चे ने पूरा mess किया, अरे कितना अच्छे से किया है. That's not right. So our kids want to see the reality also through us. So when your child is not performing well in something, and see, always there will be other kids, हमें हमेशा ऐसा ही लगेगा कि दूसरे बच्चे ज़्यादा अच्छा कर रहे हैं. That as a parent, because we have been like that, we have come from a generation which was compared a lot.
Correct.
शर्मा जी की बेटी was always better, एग्जाम में और सब में. तो उनके बच्चे अच्छा कर रहे, तो हमारे पेरेंट्स हमेशा अच्छे बच्चों के एग्जाम्पल्स देते रहते थे हमारे सामने. हमें मोटिवेट करने के लिए. लेकिन आई डोंट थिंक इट मोटिवेटेड अस, इट मेड अस फील वेरी स्मॉल कि आई एम ऑल्सो डूइंग गुड ओनली, बट माई पेरेंट्स ऑलवेज फील कि उनका बच्चा ज़्यादा अच्छा कर रहा है. सो वाइल मोटिवेटिंग इज सी दैट आर यू कंपेयरिंग योर चाइल्ड टू द अदर चाइल्ड. एवरी चाइल्ड हैज अ डिफरेंट कैपेसिटी, एवरी चाइल्ड टेक्स देयर ओन टाइम टू लर्न. Like I said, my kids go to badminton. So my little one, he is the youngest in the batch. So obviously he cannot compete with 8-year-old or 9-year-olds. And he loses every match. And उसके लिए बहुत difficult है to lose. he is somebody who has always won everything. बिकॉज उसका घर पे ही रहता था ज़्यादा, तो हमेशा, और छोटा बच्चा होता है तो यू आर प्लेइंग विद दादू दादी, दे विल अलाउ यू टू विन. इफ यू आर प्लेइंग विद पापू, ही विल अलाउ यू टू विन, एवरीबडी विल अलाउ यू टू विन. बट व्हेन यू गो आउट इन द वर्ल्ड, they will not allow you to win for everything. So he has to have these experiences of failure also. So what we started doing was, I started telling him कि let's count the number of points you made on each day. Like first day फिर 5 बच्चों के साथ मैच खेला, 20 points था. I will just compare it to the next week. If you're able to do 20, 21, then you're progressing. So that is what we can do for our kids. Not कि हर बार जीतना ही है, but are you progressing? That should be our goal.
हाँ, and I think कहीं ना कहीं it's more about, you know, you're competing with yourself, जो हम हमेशा से सुनते आ रहे हैं कि compete with yourself, not with the world. So I think हाँ, उस process को आपने actually drill down कर दिया है कि हाँ, कल कितने points बने थे, आज कितने बने हैं, have you improved on that? If you have, well and good, it's very good for you. And it's not really about सामने वाले ने कितने बनाए. अगर from 1 to 3 you have got, सामने वाले ने 10 भी बनाए हैं तो it's okay. You are still better than what you were.
It's okay. Sometimes he will not get enough points also. And I think they need to have that experience also. Like everywhere ऐसा नहीं है कि you will go and एकदम से success मिल जाएगा, जो आजकल के बच्चों को लगता है. Because delayed gratification is not there. Everything is about dopamine now. उनको लगता है we'll just click, we'll get ice cream. We will just, हमें कैसे वेट करना पड़ता था सर, हम एक वीक में एक बार कभी मम्मा पापा लेके जाते थे आइसक्रीम खिलाने के लिए, संडे के लिए हम वेट करते थे. आज हमारे बच्चे बोलते हैं ब्लिंकिट कर लो, 2 मिनट में आ जाएंगे.
करेक्ट.
So you know, everything has become so fast for them that they feel कि success भी ऐसे ही मिल जाएगा. They're not ready to wait for things. But I think as parents we need to make them wait for things to see the bigger picture.
True. And you know, there are a couple of things that I would like to ask you. Maybe it can be kind of rapid fire and very, very relevant to the kids today. Like, you know, one of the things that we see is how to manage play time and screen time with kids. Because we as parents, we are really confused. Most of us, more than confused, I think it's also about we actually are very busy. Right? Time ही नहीं है. अगर मैं ऑफिस जाती हूँ, मैं ऑफिस देखूँ, कि मैं घर संभालूँ, कि मैं बच्चा देखूँ, I don't know, right? So in such a situation, how should a parent manage play time and screen time for the kids?
I think balance is the key. You know, you have to see कि how much you can allow to your child, what are the things, and then how you can keep the child busy when you are busy. Like it should not be always a screen time should be a thing. Like see where you can delegate. Can you hire a help who can play with the child? Can you look for some classes near your place? There are a lot of centers nowadays जहाँ पे बच्चों के लिए छोटी-छोटी activities होती हैं. So can you send your child like with an adult or with a nanny to those classes if you're busy in that time? So you have to balance it out. You cannot just say that I am all the time busy so my child is on the screen. That is just neglect. Okay, I am not ready to take this responsibility for my child. And it is your responsibility.
Correct.
To manage that time for your child. And I'm not saying that you have to keep the child always busy also. Kids need to get bored also. जो आजकल के बच्चे नहीं हो रहे. When they get busy, they can have more open-ended toys at home where they are allowed to play with them more. So once they start playing with them, they can create their own things. Lego, Magna tiles are good options for our kids. But we have to, I know we have to invest, somebody has to sit and invest time initially for that.
Correct.
And parents don't have that, and I understand that. But you have to see where you can balance it out. Can you take out time on weekends to sit with your child to make them, you know, they understand how to play with Lego. Once they start understanding how to play with McDonald's, they'll be able to play alone also. So we have to see that how we can balance it better.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's a very good suggestion that, you know, if working parents, they cannot do it over the weekdays, probably weekends, they can actually spend time to start with certain activities, and then, you know, the kids also, they start taking up learning more about that activity and doing it themselves.
Yeah, and there are so many, like there are even online classes nowadays. Like if you are not okay with sending your child somewhere, you can opt for different online classes for your child. When any adult, obviously you're not leaving the child alone in the house. there is some adult with the child who can sit behind them and they can do those classes. There are a lot of community classes happening with other kids. You can pool with some other moms. You know, you can form a group, 4-5 moms ka one day you can drop the kids, one day somebody else can drop the kids. So, you know, you can, like, we just need to think of methods. Usually we are just neglecting कि यार हो ही नहीं रहा है, मैं तो manage ही नहीं कर पा रही हूँ. But I think you're not thinking enough on those lines because for us right now screen is very convenient. Easiest, सस्ता सुंदर टिकाऊ, everybody has it.
Correct.
And like we feel कि child is busy, they are not disturbing anyone in the house, आराम से he is just watching screen. So, but we have to see at the longer term picture also that how is it affecting our kids' brains. We all know that, but still we are neglecting it.
हाँ you're right, क्योंकि बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स के साथ वैसा है कि मेरे को मेरा मी टाइम मिल रहा है इस टाइम पे, so let the kid watch, you know, screen for whatever time, but yeah, at least I get my me time.
It is okay for you to get your me time and your child getting screen time, so but you have to balance it. Like it should not be like some days you're going out, your child is getting extra screen time, that's okay. But it should not be every day that it is happening. If it is happening every single day, then you need to work around it. Ki how you can make it better for the child.
True. And you know, the next question is managing kids' attention and focus on reading and writing. Because I think that has also become very common these days that kids are not able to focus, they're not able to be attentive. So how can a parent work on that?
That is also because of screen time, because with screen we get so much dopamine that we don't want to do slow activities like reading or writing because they take time, they are slow process. But we need to model that for our kids. Especially reading, if you want your child to read more, you have to show them that you also read more.
Okay.
If they are always watching you with your phone or with your laptop, then they are like, Mama, Papa also does this, I'm also doing the same thing. But if you want your child to read more, I think you have to read them more when they are young. Like start when your child is 6 months, 8 months, you start reading every day, make it a habit for the child from that age onwards, and then you'll see that they will be interested in books. And writing, I feel, is quite overrated. Honestly, like I feel expecting a 3-year-old to write is just cruelty. You know, they are not supposed to write at that age. Like if your child is struggling with writing in school and you're getting complaints, then your job as parent is not to make them pages full of writing, but your job is to work on their finger muscles. This you can do because schools will not do that for you. You have to do it at home. फाइन मोटर स्किल्स आप जितना करवा सकते हो आप उतना करवाओ घर पे. अगर स्कूल कंप्लेन कर रहा है कि बच्चा लिख नहीं रहा है तो यू वर्क ऑन फाइन मोटर स्किल्स. क्योंकि once the fingers are strong enough, only then they'll be able to hold the pencil and write properly. And when children start getting success in writing, reading, they want to do more of it.
Interesting. And you know, in terms of taboo words, how can parents manage that with the kids?
Taboo words like pagal, beokoof, all kids will say that. You know, all kids will do that. It's like it has so much power. It is so much fun to say these words. Plus, they get so much attention. Like your child is saying something, you're not listening. As soon as the child will say potty, everybody will start laughing.
True.
So, you know, they get so much power from it, they will say those words. So, we have to be a little acceptive, first of all. Secondly, they're not doing it to disrespect, but to get attention sometimes. But then when they start getting so much attention from it, they are like, is power, kuch to power hai. So, I have to repeat this again and again. And then it becomes a habit. So, either what you can do is you ignore. When the child starts saying these words, you start ignoring them. So, I was reading a book by Lawrence Cohen, Playful Parenting. In that, he taught a great trick. I tried it with my son. He's 5, so he has started saying the word pagal a lot. So, I was like, Zen, you know, it's okay to say pagal. But you know, there's a word you cannot say at all. And he was like, what? I was like, you can't say bubbly boo. And then he was like, what? I was like, bubbly boo, I should not say that. I'm not saying that word again. And then he started teasing me, Mama, boob. And then he was like, no. And I was like, and we made it a game. So whenever he was saying pagal, I was like, it's okay with pagal, but don't say that word that I taught you. And then he forgot about the word pagal. Because we took away that power from that word. But we gave it to some other funny word, which made it more playful for him. So it was easier for him to get over that word ka thing. Like sometimes kids say that those things to parents also. You are such a stupid person. So in that he says that you tell the child, hey, don't tell my name to everyone, huh? Don't tell everyone that I'm a stupid person. Because that's only a secret between the two of us. You make it more playful. So the child is taking away that power. उन्हें लग रहा है कि they are doing it to show their power to us, but we take away that power by making it more playful. I think when we are being more playful to our kids, it's easier for them to process these things.
True. Yeah, that's actually, quite interesting in
Yeah.
terms of how you just take away that power. Pagal na bol ke, you're like, oh, ये तो इतना अच्छा नहीं है.
Yeah, I will teach you another one which is more powerful, and then you feel like, oh, no, ऐसे नहीं करना. And then they're like, okay, ये तो बड़ा interesting है. And then they try to tease you. So they are becoming more playful with you in these things. मतलब मुझे नहीं लगता कि बच्चे they use taboo words just for the fun of it, but to get that attention from us.
True. हाँ, I think क्योंकि उन्हें पता भी नहीं होता most of the times what does
क्या
that even
मतलब
mean.
है? Yeah, exactly. They don't know the meaning of these words.
Interesting. And एक चीज़ जो है, मतलब मेरे को वैसा लगता है कि बच्चों को थोड़ा स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट होना चाहिए. ठीक है, मैं दिल्ली से हूँ, मे भी उस वजह से भी होगा ये, बट मुझे एक्चुअली लगता है कि बच्चों को थोड़ा सा एक पॉइंट के बाद समझना चाहिए अच्छा है बुरा है. बट इज़ इट really possible for a kid to be street smart, and if yes, how can they be?
I would suggest doing more role play will help the child. You are doing role play scenarios like what if someone comes to you when you are at the mall, how will you respond to them? Like if you're allowing your child to go out and do something at the mall, suppose they went to take a round, what if you can't find mama, what can you do? So role playing these scenarios will help your child when they are stuck in that situation. So see, when we are stuck in a situation, our brain stops working, especially for our kids. उनका logical brain is anyways underdeveloped. तो वो उस time पे logically सोचे कि क्या सही है is not possible. But if they have done this kind of role play with you, that when I was stuck, mama told me don't go to a auntie who has kids. So she will help me because everybody has a phone now. So they will call me, my pocket has my phone number, or I remember mama's number, I can call mama. So when you have done these kind of role plays, it's easier for kids to be street smart. When they're stuck in a situation, they know what the next steps should be. And similar way, when they're practicing these things, they will start finding solutions of their own also, which are safer. Like telling your kids when you're at the mall, you are pointing at security वाले लोग and telling them कि देखो वो security uncle यहाँ खड़े रहते हैं. So just pointing कि कभी कुछ होता है तो you can go to security person, he will help you find mama. So I think it's on parents. The more you role play, the more you talk about these scenarios where you want your child to be street smart. Like we all have different definition of it. कि आपको लगता है कि child going and buying something on their own, you allow them when you are standing there. You allow them to handle money in that time. You allow them to make choices what to buy. Give them a list. So when they're alone, they'll be able to handle it better.
So it's not about कि एक दिन उठकर वो street smart हो जाएंगे. It's really about you hand holding them. You really putting them in those situations in a safer way, definitely.
Yes.
And then exploring.
Also modeling. Like how you are buying things, how you are talking to people. They will always model what you are doing. Talking to them that how I could have done this better. So I think that really helps our kids, get better ideas. Also with play, always with play. Like whenever you're doing pretend play with your kids, let them be the waiter or let them be the server, and then you are like ordering, they're bringing in things. So they see how we can order things, how parents order things and how the server brings these things. So when we are going out, they can order for themselves.
Quite interesting. again, I mean, in terms of money, like you mentioned that money is something that is easily available as compared to our generation in a way. So how do we make kids value money and understand the importance of it?
I would say practice delayed gratification as much as possible. Like कुछ बच्चे ने आपके बच्चे को कोई चीज़ चाहिए, suppose your child wants a cycle, I would say delay it for some time, not like कि आज मंगाए तो कल मुझे लाकर देना ही है. It should be delayed for some time. You know, you can have your kids make a birthday list. Like my kids make a birthday list कि 4 to 5 things they can get on their birthday. So they wait for their birthday to buy expensive things. You know, like they know कि एकदम से नहीं मिल जाएगा. They want a Lego set, they'll wait for it. They want a cycle, they'll write in that list. And then we delegate it to nana nani, dadu dadi कि you can ask them to buy these things. Like it should not always be like I'll just ask for something and I'll get it instantly. And like suppose some things you're keeping in the cart also, you keep it for 20-25 days and then order it. Like do you really need it? You can practice that for yourself also. Like sometimes we do impulse buying so much. Like I said that we live in a world of Zomato and Blinkit. 5 मिनट में सब चीज़ें आता है तो हमें लगता है कि फट से ऑर्डर करके let me just order this. But what are we teaching our kids? That everything is just 1 second available.
Exactly.
But we should be teaching them delayed gratification in these things. You can also start giving your kids pocket money. And it should not be reward based at all. It should not be like कि तुम घर का ये काम करोगे या homework करोगे तो I will give you money. It should be like you fix the amount, you give your child that amount. It could be 50 rupees, 100 rupees, something very minimal amount. And like if they want to buy a new bag, they can save for it and buy from it. So they value those things also more. You know, we also used to value things. हमें साल में सिर्फ एक ही बार स्कूल बैग मिलता था या फिर 2 साल में एक बार मिलता था. We used to keep it safe because we knew we can use it for such a long time. Now kids have 20-25 pair of shoes, 30 bags. They're not valuing those things. So less is better. Like you buy lesser things for your kids, let them completely use it, and then you let them decide that do you want something else. Then they wait for it.
क्योंकि आपने बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बात बोली कि कार्ट में अगर ऐड किया तो लेट इट बी देयर फॉर अ फ्यू डेज. क्योंकि दिस इज़ वन थिंग आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड अबाउट माई किड. यू नो, ही एक्चुअली इज़ लाइक मम्मा ऐड टू कार्ट कर दो, ऐड टू कार्ट कर दो. आई थिंक दैट्स बिकम अ थिंग विद देम. बिकॉज हमारे ज़माने में तो ऐड टू कार्ट कुछ था नहीं. बट ही वॉज 2 years old एंड ही यूज्ड टू से ऐड टू कार्ट. मैंने कहा मम्मा नहीं बोलना सीखा है सो ऐड टू कार्ट पता है. सो आई थिंक हाँ, मतलब probably that should work, that we keep you know, thing on us कि नहीं खरीदना है and then we delay it.
And you know, as a content creator, when I used to work with brands, it was very easy for me to get anything. You know, I would just call up the brand, they would be ready to send me anything. But I had to stop doing that at a point. Because like my kids are not valuing, like we have hundreds of toys in the house, they don't want to play with anything. Because they have so much. So I decluttered everything, I gave away everything to a library. I was like, let other kids play with it. And I just started keeping 4 to 5 things at a time. And they value it more now. मुझे पता है कि बस इतना ही है. So when the kids have lesser things, they play with it more in more different ways. They get more ideas how to use these things. And they're grateful for what they have.
And उस सिचुएशन को कैसे हैंडल करना है जब यू नो द किड इज़ लाइक पैसा तो है ना आपके पास, आप क्यों नहीं खरीद रहे हो, आई नो यू हैव मनी, तो आप प्लीज़ खरीद के दे दो. तो हाउ शुड पेरेंट हैंडल दैट सिचुएशन?
I would say this validate कि yeah, I know you really want it, but I can't buy it right now, बच्चा. I know we have the money, but we'll be using it for something else. Right now, I don't think that we need it. Let's wait for a few days. If you really need it, I'll get it for you. Let's wait and see थोड़े दिन. Let the child hold on to that feeling कि okay, I have to wait to get that thing for a few days. And obviously it should not be reward based कि तुम स्कूल में अच्छे नंबर लेकर आओगे ना, then I'll get you those shoes. I don't think that works. As a reward based नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be just you should wait for things to get to you. You don't have to do anything for it, but you have to wait and see कि सही में चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए. Also it happens that some other child has it. You know, like some other child has a new bottle. The child will come and say, Mama, मुझे भी नई bottle चाहिए. My friend got a new bottle. But your child really doesn't need a new bottle. So in that situation, you have to make choices for your child that, "Bachcha, we are not buying a new bottle. That child's parent might be buying every day का एक नया bottle for him. But that is not something that we do in our family. And it will really help you in the long run. It starts with very small things, like a child getting chips every day in the tiffin, and you are not okay with giving chips every day. The your child might come and tell you, Sanam, कि मम्मा उसका मेरा फ्रेंड तो रोज चिप्स लेकर आता है, आप मुझे नहीं देते हो. मतलब बेटा वो उनकी फैमिली का डिसीजन है. मम्मा टेक्स डिसीजन फॉर यू व्हाट टू गिव यू, so I can't give you chips every day. We can decide on a day in a week when I can give you chips. Is Wednesday okay for you? I'll give you few chips in your tiffin on that day if you want. But मैं every day नहीं दे पाऊँगी. This pattern, if you continue from childhood, think your 13-year-old comes to you and says कि Mama, everybody in my class has a phone. I also want a phone. But are you comfortable giving that phone? You might not be comfortable at that age. लेकिन आज तक आपने तो मना ही नहीं किया है.
True.
So the child will not be able to take that no also in that time. But if the child has always been in a setting of boundaries where you have regulated these things, it will be easier for him to accept that no at that age. You will not be a bad parent, but somebody who has always explained why it is not okay for you.
Interesting. And you know, one thing is, again, जो हमारे parents को, again, it's not about they didn't wanted to do it, but maybe they were not even aware about it, कि how to handle emotions in the kids. क्योंकि हमारे लिए तो ऐसा था ना कि हर चीज़ करो तो डांट पड़ेगी. There's a consequence of everything. But how do we really manage the emotions with kids?
Like, do you mean by how we can teach them about emotions?
Yes, about their own emotions.
We start talking about it more. Like since childhood, like the child is 2-3 years old, when the child is feeling angry, you tell the child that I know you're feeling really angry right now. I know your brother is really frustrating you. You start labeling those emotions for them. You don't need to solve it. As a parent, हमें लगता है कि मेरा बच्चा anger feel कर रहा है, sad feel कर रहा है. My job is to fix it. Your job is to be there with your child in that moment, to let them feel that feeling. We all have a circle of feelings. ठीक है, so kids when they feel a feeling, तो वो पूरा उसको एक पूरा circle complete करके then they start feeling normal again. Like if a child is crying for something, वो थोड़ी देर रोएगा, सब चीज़ें फेंकेगा, anger आएगा, तो he will throw things, he will shout, and then एकदम से he will become normal. And then you're like, he was crying 10 minutes back. How is he normal? So because he completed that circle, and in that circle he just wanted you to be not fix it for him, but just be there for him. कि yeah, I know you're getting really angry, बच्चा, but we cannot do this right now. I know it's making you angry. How can I help you? They just need that from you. But what was taught in our generation was गुस्सा कैसे कर सकते हो parents के ऊपर? अरे रोते थोड़ी हैं. We were taught to suppress. And it is showing up in our bodies even now. Like even now when you are feeling angry, you will suppress it.
Correct.
Husband के साथ कुछ हुआ, you will suppress it because you don't know कैसे पूरा feeling को feel करना है. So we should see all emotions have a meaning. Like happiness has a meaning, and we cannot have our kids all the time happy. Sadness has a meaning. Grief has a meaning. Anger has a meaning. So we should allow them to feel those feelings, but be there for them and validate कि yeah, I know you're feeling this right now.
Interesting. You mentioned about, and all the emotions, you mentioned about grief as well. So I think बहुत ही difficult है explain करना एक बच्चे को, because I mean, if they have seen someone passing away, it's very difficult for a parent also to explain to them what happened, how it happened, what happens after. So how can someone handle grief with a child? I mean, when they are asking you so many questions about the person who has passed away.
So let's talk about death first. Like if somebody has passed away, I would say that don't use the terms like वो सो गए हैं, yeah, he has gone to sleep or something like that, which can confuse the child. The child might feel confused, like scared when you are going to sleep also in that situation. Okay, what if my mama sleeps and never wakes up?
Correct.
Because for them that is what is they are processing it like that. Instead, you can just say death is when our body stops working. You know, so when our body gets old, it stops working, and there is death. So, you know, you have to use age appropriate terms with your children in these things. They are seeing you, and like when somebody passes in our family or something like that, they're seeing you process grief also. Like you're crying, then there will be days you're okay, then you're again crying. So you know, our children are watching us process grief. Grief comes in cycles. It is not like कि आपको सारे एक बार में रो लोगे और फिर कभी याद ही नहीं आएगी. You will again and again remember those moments, and you might again fall in that. So it's okay for our kids to see that. And you know, talking to them also कि हाँ कभी कभी बेटा याद आती है. I know मुझे भी आती है याद. You can have memory charts with them. You can talk more about that person. What are the things you really enjoyed with that person? You know, what was so good about them? Talking more positive about it. कि क्या आपने सीखा उनसे? All these can help your child process grief better. But you know, you cannot shush them. कि you cannot feel this way. You cannot cry about it. और ऐसा नहीं होता बेटा वो गए अब नहीं बात करते उनके बारे में. You're hushing it down. But I would say that let them process it with you.
And you know, even after you have explained about that the person has passed away and you share memories, and you know, you don't submiss your own emotions in front of them, but if still the kid keeps on asking more and more about what happened, where are they now, how should we handle that
I
situation?
would say that have fixed answers and keep on replying that thing. Like if there are fixed questions, you have fixed answers for these things. You know, like if he asks where is he now, he is not here with us. His body has stopped working. Something like that, and then it is easier for the child to process it. He is just not understanding the concept. When the kids are asking the same question, वो चीज़ समझ में नहीं आई है. So they just wanted to simplify it for them. You can ask them questions even in the back. So what do you think? क्या होता होगा? What is your thought process on it? So that will help them process that. The questions they are asking is to help themselves process what we are all talking about. क्योंकि kids now they cannot see the future. For their logical brain, they cannot understand कि आगे जाके क्या होने वाला है. They feel everything is happening in the moment. So for them to understand something like this happening in the long run with you, with your husband, or with me, they're not able to see that. It's similar to you telling your child कि ज़्यादा chocolate खाओगे तो दांत खराब हो जाएंगे, बहुत दर्द होगा. They have never experienced that pain, so they will not stop eating chocolate क्योंकि दर्द होगा. So you know, it is like processing for your child. Even grief is like a process, and it takes time. If it was somebody that the child was very attached to, it will take time for the child.
So it's very interesting because you know, most of the parents actually I think they come up with new answers each time because they are like इससे तो इसको शायद you know, curiosity कम नहीं हो रही है, maybe we should give another answer. अच्छा इससे भी नहीं हो रही है, शायद ये वाला आंसर देते हैं. But what you said is actually very interesting कि same answer ही.
Yeah, it should be a fixed thing. Like you should have a similar answer, and you should let the child. You should ask more questions. कि what are you thinking about it? आपको क्या लग रहा है? What is mama explaining here? Because sometimes they are not able to understand कि हम क्या समझा रहे हैं. So we have to give them that benefit of doubt कि they don't know about कि क्या concept है इसका आगे जाके. So most of us also understood about death and all these things at a very later age.
Correct.
And especially at this age now, when our parents are growing older, now we are able to understand the gravity of it.
Correct.
So, but as a child, it was always hushed for us. हमें expose ही नहीं किया जाता था उस चीज़ से. But when our kids are getting exposed to us, they have questions. So you also become curious with them. That what are you thinking about it? So might be he is not thinking in the same lines that you are thinking about it. It can be different for him.
Interesting. And you know, एक चीज़ जो आजकल आई थिंक काफ़ी कम होने लग गई है, मेकिंग न्यू फ्रेंड्स, राइट. एंड हमें एज अ पेरेंट बहुत ज़्यादा रहता है हमारे बच्चे के नए फ्रेंड्स बने. सो हाउ कैन वी हेल्प चिल्ड्रन टू मेक न्यू फ्रेंड्स?
I've always found friends as something very intimate. You know, Like again, we all parent differently, like I said. So I have always seen that if you have a smaller circle which you're more connected with, is much more better for you than having a larger circle where nobody cares for you. So I think we need to foster that in our kids. Like we should teach them to be kind to everyone around them. They should know the basic norms of meeting people. But we also have to understand that some kids, they don't like new people. We cannot be forcing them through different play dates or sending them to all birthday parties or all socializing events so that they are able to talk to a lot of people and become better at it. It can, like, if your child doesn't feel comfortable, you be there for them in that situation. I feel that our kids will find friends, they will make new friends when we allow them to have their own personality in these things. Like, not because you should be friends with this person or that person. You think in your own childhood, like, see, we cannot choose our family, but you chose your own friends.
Correct.
And you know which people you connected with, and you always kept on connecting with them. No, your parents had no role in that too much. If they try to force you with some of their friends' kids or something like that, you were like, नहीं यार मुझे नहीं अच्छा लगता उसके साथ रहना. I like this person more. So you keep on gravitating towards that person more. And I think that should be allowed as an autonomy of a child. Ki they should be allowed to choose their friends, have friends, betray them sometimes. We cannot protect our children from all these things. You know, they have to experience all these things. कि friends ने हमारे बारे में कुछ बुरा बोला, या they complained about me. I thought he was my friend, लेकिन उसने तो chocolate उसके साथ share कर ली. So you know, they have to have all these experiences also to see that how the world is. We cannot protect them from everyone.
हाँ, मतलब real life experiences basic उन्हीं के रहेंगे. It's not like we can protect them on that, because I think we as a parent, we at times become too protective कि इनको दुख होना ही नहीं चाहिए, disappointment नहीं होनी चाहिए.
हाँ, disappointment नहीं होना चाहिए. Plus हमें and sometimes we are able to see that this child is not good for my child. You know, we are just able to see that. Like I said, we are able to see the future for our kids. कि हमें इस तरह के बच्चे ने हमारे साथ या हमारे साथ ऐसा कोई एक्सपीरियंस हुआ होता है बचपन में जिससे हम रिलेट कर पाते हैं. We don't want our child to go through that same. But I would say that let your child go through these things, let them have consequences, but you don't hush away from them and be like, मैंने मना किया था ना, उससे दोस्ती नहीं करना. You know, instead of that, the child wants to be feel heard when they find something has happened, some consequences happen. They should feel safe to come to you and talk about it and not feel blamed or shamed in that time.
Interesting. And you know, I don't know, बच्चों में, again, I have not practiced it yet in my kid, but how can we build gratitude in kid? Because now once we have grown up, I think we realize that it is very important, right, in our life. But in a child, how do you build that, especially in today's age when हर चीज़ Zomato, Blinkit है, हर चीज़ अभी की अभी मिल जाती है. तो ऐसे era में how do you build gratitude in them?
Again, you practice delayed gratification with them. You model it for them. Like when you are getting something, like suppose you bought a new bag, you tell them that how much you worked hard to get it, and you're grateful that you're having this kind of job or something that gets you, allow you to buy these things. You practice these things every day before sleeping. You can do just tell me one thing you're grateful for today. It could be a small thing. Like, and it should not be always materialistic thing. It can be something like, for my little one, it is always like, Bhai played with me. That is what he is grateful for. And what is something you didn't like, today he didn't want to play with me. That is his whole world. Ki Bhai plays with me, Bhai doesn't play with me. So some days he's like, his gratitude is just that Bhai played with me. Or it can be anything that he has felt throughout the day which made him feel good about. So we can just say a gratitude. Every night before sleeping, you can start practicing with your kids. Like something you didn't like today, something that you're grateful for, something you could change in the day. So, you know, these small habits that will make them reflect over their day and see कि अच्छा ये चीज़ अच्छी हो रही है life में. it could be about their game that they are playing. That sometimes my elder one says that I did a very good shot today, I'm grateful for that. So he's able to see that something that he is doing, he's grateful for that, and not because others are doing it for him. So you know, we have to feel grateful for ourselves also.
True. And you know, how can we encourage but not push our kids to participate in certain events, competition? Because I think वो काफ़ी important, right? We can't deny the fact that we actually live in a competitive world. And अगर हम मतलब ऐसा चाहें भी कि अगर बच्चा नहीं चाहता है कॉम्पिटिटिव चीज़ों में पार्टिसिपेट करना, वी लेट इट बी, बिकॉज आफ्टर अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इट इज़ रियल, राइट? सो हाउ डू वी एक्चुअली एनकरेज आवर चाइल्ड टू start participating in competitive things?
I feel that looking at their own interest, they will start doing things more on that field. लेकिन अगर हम हर चीज़ में चाहते हैं कि बच्चा हर चीज़ कर ले तो वो नहीं होगा. Like something you feel is right for your child might not be feeling enough confident to do that thing. So you can take a step back. Also, I don't feel the world is too competitive. I feel like now we have so many opportunities like we have never had before. Now it is not true कि आप सिर्फ engineer, doctor हो तो ही आप कुछ कर पाओगे. You know, so we will find our path when we have confidence in our skills. I feel that is what our kids need. That if you're confident enough to show your skills, why not do it? Instead of pushing them for various things to do, I would say that you give them opportunities to experience different things. You know, like, are you a person who is not always talking? Like, if you are given a chance to go out on a stage, are you always nervous कि नहीं यार मुझसे तो नहीं होगा? And you're expecting your child to go in the front of everyone and speak. You have to model these things. It comes from us also in our children. But mostly parents, what we are not able to do, we want our children to do.
Correct.
But we have to show that okay, I can do this. If you want to follow my lead, you can.
And you know, you mentioned somewhere about that the child needs to be kind. So when we were talking about making new friends, so you mentioned that the child needs to be kind. So is it something, kindness, that they're born with, or it is something that we can actually develop in them over a period of time?
I think it is like it comes from the parents. I have never seen an unkind child who has very kind parents. You know, it is on you how you are talking to, especially people who are below you. Like, how do you talk to your house helps? How do you talk to your driver? How do you talk to your colleagues? Or if you're talking to them nicely over the call, are you backbiting behind them in front of your child? कि यार हमेशा फोन करके परेशान करता रहता है. You know, so our kids are seeing that we are not being kind. But when we are kind, as a parent, we have to evolve these things in ourselves if we want to see it in our children. Like, kindness is something that I've seen that if you are kind to other kids, other friends, the people you are meeting, you will see your child will also start greeting people in that way. They will also talk to people in that way. So we are the role model for them in these things. Unless you are not practicing them, telling your child you are very kind will not help them. You know, because they have to see a role model. क्या है kindness? उनको पता ही नहीं है. Plus we have to be kind to our children also. Like,
Correct.
are we always being mean to them? Are we always correcting them and expecting them to be kind? Then also it is not possible.
बट आपने जैसे कहा कि वी नीड टू मॉडल इट फॉर देम. हम बैक बाइट नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट एट टाइम्स इवन इफ यू आर काइंड, मतलब वी एक्चुअली बिच अबाउट पीपल. सो आर यू सजेस्टिंग कि बच्चों के सामने बिल्कुल ही ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए?
I think you should not be doing it in front of the children. And like, once you stop doing it in front of children, once you start consciously taking that decision, आपका खुद का ही कम होने लग जाएगा. Because our kids are mostly around us. So first you become conscious about it, then you're not doing it, then you don't get a chance to do it. It comes out of your system. Because it becomes a pattern. For few people, what we are doing, backbiting, is usually a pattern that they keep on repeating for people. So either you can start looking that your child is not near when you're talking about them or anyone. So it is easier for you to talk about this person, but I would not say that if you are being unkind to others, if you are not treating your helps properly and you're thinking कि बच्चा अच्छे से बात करेगा help से, तो it's not possible because your child is seeing how you are talking to everyone, how you are talking to your mother-in-law, how you are talking to your father-in-law. The child is watching that every day.
ट्रू. लेकिन हमारे साथ कभी कभार वैसा भी होता है ना, आई थिंक आई एम स्टक टू दिस पॉइंट, बट कभी कभार एक्चुअली ऐसा होता है कि वी डोंट वांट टू टॉक टू समवन बट हम उनसे बात करते हैं, राइट? देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ रिलेटिव्स, हर किसी के होते हैं, व्हेन यू आर लाइक यू don't want to engage with them but you don't have any other option, you still have to, and after that you are so frustrated yourself that why did we speak to them, and it actually comes out in some form or the other, right? Even if you are a kinder person, it does come out. So I mean, is it like it's a big no, बच्चों को के सामने करना ही नहीं चाहिए?
I don't think so, and it will happen in front of your children also. Your children will see your body language in those times. So boundaries are important in these things that we have with people. So if you know that somebody leaches out a lot of energy from you, you learn how to set boundaries so that their conversation is not affecting you. You know, other people don't affect us, our own emotions affect us. Like others don't control us, like we don't control them. So whatever you are feeling, it's your own thing. Your mother-in-law is not making you mad, but you are feeling mad because of something she has done. So there is a difference between the two. So when you start setting boundaries, ki whatever she says, it will not matter to me. So that is when you are teaching your kids also that it is okay to say no to people. It is okay to have boundaries, my body boundaries, that I will not allow this person in my circle. That I don't talk to these people much.
No, it's very interesting what you said, कि मतलब setting boundaries with some people जो आपको पसंद नहीं है. I think कहीं ना कहीं जो आप ये कह रहे हैं कि आप उस बारे में बात ना करें, कहीं ना कहीं I think you are actually taking away power from the other person by doing that, right? क्योंकि अगर आप बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में, so it's like it doesn't matter to me. उन्होंने जो बोला, आपके रिलेटिव ने या जो भी हैं, उन्होंने जो भी बोला, it just doesn't matter to me.
Exactly.
And I think the kid probably learned from that as well कि वो जो भी बोल रहे हैं, it's hardly anything.
Yeah, and our kids need to have that self-confidence in themselves. कि other people's feelings are not my responsibility, how they are feeling. And again, it comes from us. Like when you are scolding your child and saying कि तुम्हारी वजह से ही मुझे इतना गुस्सा आता है. So you are putting your feelings. उनकी वजह से गुस्सा नहीं आ रहा. You are not able to manage your emotion, इसलिए आपको गुस्सा आ रहा है. और you are not able to manage that situation जो हुआ, इसलिए आपको गुस्सा आ रहा है. It's not your child. No other person can make you angry, happy or sad. वो सब intrinsic ही है. So we are modeling that for our kids.
True. And you know, काफ़ी पेरेंट्स को एक ये भी चीज़ का लगता है कि आर किड्स द वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग विल्ड. तो जिनके बच्चे बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग विल्ड होते हैं, उन पेरेंट्स को आप क्या सजेशन देंगे, वो कैसे मैनेज कर सकते हैं?
I feel that strong-willed children, they will change the world. Parents should be proud of such children. Like they should nurture it instead of controlling them. क्योंकि strong-willed children will become leaders of the world. And as we were talking about competition, how the world is changing, we want our kids to be leaders, not followers, you know. And when they have that under say intrinsically, they have that confidence that I can do what I want, then they will be able to do it better. They are not always questioning themselves that I'm doing something wrong. So that is a very strong point with strong-willed children. What can parents do in these situations is, they, first of all, they become very curious of their children's behavior, that why is my child behaving in this way and how I can help my child, and then offer choices. Like suppose small things like clothes, like some kids are very particular what I want to wear, but we are always pushing them कि नहीं ऐसे ही dress करो या ऐसे ही कपड़े पहनो. So instead of that, look back and see कि is it okay if your child is wearing something comfortable where he feels comfortable? What is the problem in that? So when you are looking at your strong-willed children in a different lens, I think that will help parents कि I don't have to defy everything that my child is doing, but I have to nurture that thing more. जब हमारा वो परसेप्शन चेंज होगा स्ट्रॉन्ग विल चिल्ड्रन के लिए, देन विल बी एबल टू हेल्प देम मोर, because they will do what they want to do, but it is always like the parent will not be able to control everything in that child. We have to let go of that control.
And I think it's very interesting what you said about creating option for them. कि अगर option देते हैं तो it makes them think actually in a way उस टाइम पे कि हमें क्या चाहिए इन दोनों में से. ठीक है, हम तो एक ही चीज़ मांग रहे हैं बार बार, बट हमें एक्चुअली में कौन सा चाहिए इन दोनों में से.
Exactly, and it helps them, choices also helps them understand कि what are the other options I have, plus what is better for me. And if your child is stuck on something, they will anyways do that. So we have to be in their team more in these situations and get curious that why does he want that? Like suppose your child doesn't want to wear jeans to school or some event and they want to wear a pajama or something. So why is your child doing that? Get curious instead of forcing your child to wear those dresses. Might be your child is not comfortable at that. Might be he wants to go on a slide and jeans don't slide on it. So when we are getting curious for our kids, it is easier for them to explain to us what they really want.
Interesting. Actually, this question is more from moms, I guess, because when I speak to my friends as well who are moms, one thing I see very evident in them is guilt. That we don't have enough time with our kid, we are not able to be there for all the activities, and especially I think as a working mother वो बहुत ज़्यादा आता है, right, कि तुम पूरे टाइम पे नहीं हो. शायद हमारी moms they were always there with us, तो हमें वो था कि ये तो हमेशा हमारे साथ है, but for a working parent वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा हो जाता है, and moms में और ज़्यादा आता है ये. तो how can such moms manage their guilt better?
I feel guilt is not a bad feeling, but a good feeling. You feel guilt when you want to change something. Here, parents are feeling guilty of not spending enough time with their child. They should be looking how we can do that better. Guilt is making you feel that kuch is something that is not happening right. That's why you feel guilty.
Correct.
So what you can do to change it? Can you take longer breaks from your work some days and spend more time with your child? Because kids now they don't want quantity, a lot of quantity. कि 5-6 घंटे आप बैठ के खेल रहे हो. They want quality time. Like, are you spending those 15-20 minutes with your child? Are you distracted in that time? क्या आप अपना फ़ोन देख रहे हो या फिर आप ये सोच रहे हो कि डिनर में क्या बनाना है? Or are you there with your child? So you're feeling guilty. So I think it's good for you that you're feeling that. Parents feel guilty about a lot of things, giving too much screen time, shouting at their kids, hitting their kids. Especially if you hit your child, you feel really guilty कि मैंने मार दिया मेरे बच्चे को. तो in that moment you use that guilt to help you. Don't just feel guilty, but you know that something was not right that you want to change. तो वो कैसे करेंगे? You work on that thing that made you feel guilty. So next time you are trying to manage your anger, so you're not hitting your child. So you use guilt positively is what I would suggest to parents.
Interesting. It's kind of similar to what you said previously. It's kind of just taking a step back and really seeing. उस टाइम पे हम ये कह रहे थे बच्चे का इमोशन देखना, but now it's your own emotion.
Yeah.
That maybe it's trying to tell you something.
And only good parents feel guilty. If you feel कि बच्चे को मार कर ही ठीक करेंगे, you will not feel guilty about it. Only when you know that this has to change is when you will feel guilty about it.
So in reality, it's actually a good emotion.
Yes, it is. It is showing you that something needs to change.
And काफ़ी सारे अभी भी, and I'm thankful for that, इंडिया में अभी भी हमारा कल्चर काफ़ी जगहों पे वैसा ही है कि जॉइंट फैमिलीज़ में रहते हैं. एंड जॉइंट फैमिलीज़ के अपने सेट्स ऑफ अच्छी चीज़ें भी हैं, कहीं कहीं इतनी अच्छी चीज़ें नहीं भी हैं, बुरी चीज़ें भी हैं. तो जो पेरेंट्स जॉइंट फैमिलीज़ में रहते हैं, हाउ कैन दे मैनेज पेरेंटिंग इन देयर स्टाइल्स विद द किड्स?
See, if you're not in an abusive joint family, I am talking about them. They will have different set of boundaries. Abusive families will have different set of boundaries. Let's assume that people are living in a family where there is no abuse, physical abuse at least involved. So in those families, you have to communicate better. You know, usually what happens, we live in a world of Google, WhatsApp, Instagram. We Google everything that is happening to our child and we try to educate our elders a lot.
करेक्ट.
कि अरे हमने तो ये पढ़ा है, ये सही होता है, आप गलत बता रहे हो. You are again and again attacking them with your strategies, with your knowledge. But you are also putting them again in shame. And like I've been saying that nobody likes shame. So when we are again and again putting them in shame, they become defensive. कि अरे हमने तो ऐसा किया है, तो वो भी सही था. So they don't want to feel that shame. So they become very defensive, and they are not able to take what we are telling them. But if we go from a point of love, they also love your child. Like suppose you're not able to set boundaries कि elders give chocolate to my child. That is a very big problem in a lot of joint families कि कोई मैं boundary set करती हूँ कि बच्चे को chocolate नहीं देना है, सब chocolate देते हैं. So you tap on the love for the child. कि मम्मी जी, I know you really love him, लेकिन should we be giving him chocolate every day? आप खुद देखो हम और क्या दे सकते हैं. कैन वी, हम लोग डेट्स ले आते हैं, वी कैन मेक लड्डूज फॉर हिम. आप कितने अच्छे लड्डू बनाते हो, वो बना दो उसके लिए, चॉकलेट में डिप करके वैसा बना लेते हैं. सो यू नो व्हेन यू आर टैपिंग ऑन द लव फॉर द चाइल्ड, elders in the family will be more cooperative. Usually what has happened with our generation is we have also become very attacking. कि हमें ही सब सही पता है, आप लोगों को सब गलत पता है.
True.
So that is not helping them. They are becoming more defensive. They go behind your back. Sometimes they will tell the child, मम्मा को मत बताना. ठीक है, चॉकलेट खा ले, मम्मा को मत बताना वरना मना करेगी. So the child is like कि मम्मा is the villain, दादी is the hero. Because I get always chocolate from दादी. Next time the child will not want to tell you that they want to eat a chocolate.
True. And I think बच्चे वैसे काफ़ी समझदार होते हैं. उनको जब अपनी चीज़ चाहिए होती है ना, दे नो किससे मांगनी है और कैसे मांगनी है.
Exactly. And if you teach them that you are the villain, if you're again and again saying no for everything, they will not want to come to you. Instead, I would say more yes. Like suppose if दादी is going to give a chocolate, अगर आपको पता है कि आपका बाउंड्री नहीं चलेगा यहाँ पे, the child will start crying, दादी will give the chocolate, आप ही दे दो पहली बार में, खाना तो है ही बच्चे को, तो आप क्यों विलन बन रहे हो? You say yes कि हाँ बच्चा, and in that situation you will have more control. You can be like, which chocolate you want to eat, how much you want to eat, कैसे खाना है, can I give it in your lunch plate? You know, so you are controlling these things then. लेकिन अगर दादी दे रही है तो you are not in control. पूरा बार खा रहा है, खाने के पहले खा रहा है, nothing is in your control then. But if a child comes to you, you can help with these things. So you have to say more yes.
Very, very interesting, because I think these are very real things that, you know, all of us we face. And I mean, as parent, वो वैसे भी होता है कि हम पहले तो खुद को समझ रहे हैं, बच्चे को समझ रहे हैं, then extended family को समझ रहे हैं.
Yeah, and I live in a joint family. This happens in my house also. You know, especially for screens. Like my kids, if I will not allow screens, वो दादा दादी का मोबाइल ले लेंगे. So what I have done now is like my mother-in-law was like वो हमारी सुनते ही नहीं है, वो ले ही लेते हैं. I was like ठीक है, आप दे दिया करो, आप उनको बस इतना बोला करो, बस मम्मा से पूछ लो. ठीक है, तो now what they do is they come to me and like हम दादी का फोन देख लें. मतलब ठीक है, yeah, you can watch. Why should I be the villain? I'm like, yeah, you can watch, but what are you going to watch on Dadi's phone? Why don't you watch it on TV if you are feeling like watching something? So, you know, I am able to give them that time also on screen that they are wanting it, but I am able to control it in a way I want. But if I say no, nahi dekhna hai, next time you will not come to me to ask for permission. You'll think, मम्मा तो मना कर देगी, बताते नहीं हैं.
True. एंड यू नो, हमने अभी तक जितनी भी बात करी, लाइक मैं अभी भी कह रही थी कि काफ़ी वैसा है कि अपने पे काम करना पड़ेगा कहीं ना कहीं एज अ पेरेंट. देन यू नीड टू सी कि बच्चे के साथ कैसे काम करना है, एंड ऑल्सो विद द एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली. एट टाइम्स इट डज फील अ लॉट, राइट? मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि इट्स लाइक टू मच ऑन योर सेल्फ कि सब कुछ देखना है आपको. सो व्हाट वुड बी योर सजेशन टू द पेरेंट्स हाउ टू नेविगेट ऑल ऑफ इट?
I would say it's a journey. You know, it's a self-discovery journey also. Parenthood is healing your own inner child also in a way. The way you want to be, like you will be also grandparents one day. You will also have your kids growing up one day. How you want to see it. So you know you're able to see your past, future, and present at the same time here. So how are you looking at your future? आप कैसा चाहते हो? Is the way you will have to model it for your parents. How you want your inner child to be, that way you have to behave with your child. And that happens with working on your present self. Like the more self care you do, the more you take out time for yourself, then only you will have time to reflect. Like we are running as a society to achieve a lot of things, but in that time we are also losing out on things that are actually important. And when we start having our priorities right, like what is more precious for me, then you work on that thing more. So as a society we need to slow down. Do we really need 20 bags? Do we really need hundreds of dresses? You know, what are we spending more time on? That we need to prioritize. We need to see that more. And then we'll be able to see that हम हमारा present, past और future तीनों पे काम कर पाएंगे. I know it can be overwhelming and sometimes women feel that why should I only be doing it?
Correct.
Why is everybody else not doing it? But somebody has to be a cycle breaker. We cannot be just blaming कि मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ तो मैं मेरे बच्चे के साथ भी वैसा ही होने दूँ. Again, if that guilt is showing up for you again and again, then you need to change something. And you will be able to, because you're able to see it, how you can change it.
आपके you know when you were saying that मेरे दिमाग में actually it ticked कि given you have been mentoring a lot of parents, तो कोई example है आपके पास of a parent, of a mom जो आपके पास आए, they learnt you know how to parent in the way they seemed their parenting style, and after that what change did they see in their entire parenting and in the child and the relationship between them and their child?
A lot of examples, and a lot of moms who were hitting their children because you know what the child was doing. This particular mom child was always hitting other kids in school. कभी भी कुछ गलत कर रहा था बच्चा या फिर somebody was saying something back to him, he used to hit. Because the mom was hitting at home to the child whenever he was back talking, he was not doing anything right. So when the mom stopped hitting, you know, when she became aware कि मेरे इस behavior की वजह से my child is taking it out on other child, she was able to manage that anger, she was able to control her hitting wala habit, and it, you know, it took a lot of time for her. But then she started seeing that her child started opening up कि क्यों वो hit कर रहा है school में, and she started telling him more about the tools she was learning. So you know, when we are practicing that, we are modeling that, our children are also watching us. Like from my own example, I will tell you, I used to use the word एक चाटा पड़ेगा खींच कर. Whenever my elder one used to do something गलत ना एकदम से वो आता था. You are not hitting your child all the time, but you are just saying, and sometimes वो हो भी जाता है. You push the child, you hit the child, and because you're constantly repeating that, whenever the child is doing something wrong, you're saying एक चाटा पड़ेगा. My elder one started hitting my little one more because of it. क्योंकि उसको लगता था वो कुछ गलत कर रहा है, मैं उससे तो बड़ा हूँ, I will take decision for him. वो कुछ गलत करेगा मैं मार सकता हूँ. So whatever we are doing, our children will reflect that. Children who bully in school are usually the ones who are bullied at home. You know, they have parents who are bullying them at home in some ways. That's why they are just modeling it out in the open with other kids.
Very interesting. And you know, from our entire conversation, I have learned so many tips and tricks, I would say, क्योंकि हम ना हमेशा बस बात करते रहते हैं कि जेंटल पेरेंट करना है, कनेक्ट करना है अपने बच्चे के साथ, कैसे करना है हार्डली हम उस चीज़ पे बात करते हैं। वैसा भी है कि एक स्ट्रेट आंसर नहीं है कि हमेशा यही चलेगा। इट्स अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट स्ट्रैटेजीज, डिफरेंट थिंग्स दैट यू कीप ट्राइंग टू डू विद योर चाइल्ड, राइट। एंड पूरी कॉन्वर्जेसन में मतलब वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा क्लियर आ रहा था कि हमेशा यू आर ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट कि क्या बेस्ट चलेगा बच्चे के साथ। सो आई थिंक आई रियली लर्नड लॉट एंड काफ़ी सारी टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स बहुत वैसा था यू कैन एक्चुअली apply on your own kids. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanam.
Yeah, and I've learned a lot, like I said, and I hope the audience, they have learned a lot as well from the conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanam.